Masterson, who's best known for starring in the hit sitcom That 70s Show, has officially been sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. The actor, who maintains his innocence, was convicted on 2 out of 3 forcible grape charges this past May. Masterson was accused of assaulting 3 women back at his Hollywood Hills home between 2001 and 2003 at the height of his career. The jury convicted him of raping 2 women in 2003, but was unable to come to a resolution regarding allegations involving an ex-girlfriend in 2001, even though the jury did vote in favor of conviction. At sentencing, Victim 1 called Masterson a heartless monster and a coward. Victim 2 addressed Masterson, stating that I have to contend with what you did to me every single day. That takes a lifetime of therapy to repair, and every time I think I'm over it, it comes back to me. Victim 3 is reported to have been diagnosed with PTSD. Danny, who wore a gray suit, slicked back hair, and a full beard, did not speak at his sentencing. Masterson's Hollywood family members, wife and actress Bijou Phillips, siblings, Walking Dead actress Alana Masterson, Malcolm in the Middle star Christopher Masterson, and actor Jordan Masterson, all seated in the courtroom together. During sentencing, the judge addressed Masterson, stating, "Mr. Masterson, you are not the victim here. Your actions 20 years ago took away another person's voice and choice. Your actions 20 years ago were criminal, and that is why you are here." The judge proceeded to sentence Masterson to 15 years to life on each charge to be served consecutively. This is the second trial Masterson has faced on the same charges. The first trial ended with a hung jury, but the judge ultimately ruled for the case to be reheard by different jurors. However, both trials shined a light on the Church of Scientology. Masterson was one of Scientology's most prominent celebrity members, and all 3 victims were previous Scientologists who have now left the church. Leah Remini attended the sentencing in support of the victims, and after sentencing, she released a social media statement. The statement said, "Sitting in court today with the women who survived Danny's predation was a surreal experience. I am relieved that this dangerous rapist will be off the streets and unable to violently assault and rape women with the help of Scientology, a multi-billion-dollar criminal organization with tax-exempt status." Prosecutors argue that Masterson used his place in the church to assault women without consequence because the church forbids members from reporting each other to the authorities. Victim 2 told the judge that she was a brainwashed victim at the time of the assault, and that the church made concerted efforts to cover up the crime, and that her privacy had been invaded almost daily. Victim 1, a second-generation Scientologist who was born into the church, said the moment she reported the assault to the LAPD, she was immediately deemed the enemy of the church and was no longer allowed to be in contact with anyone that she had known and loved her entire life, and that she had also seriously considered ending her life at one point. Defense attorneys, however, continue to downplay the role that Scientology played in covering up the crimes for the last 20 years. Defense attorneys asked the courts to consider Masterson's exemplary life, noting his community service, his work ethic, and him being an extraordinary father to his now 9-year-old daughter. The prosecution stated that Masterson being a good father does not preclude one from becoming a violent serial rapist, and called his crimes especially heinous and targeted, considering he took advantage of women who were incapacitated due to being drugged. The judge went on to say that there were multiple victims over different periods of time, and after Masterson assaulted the first woman, he had time to think about what he had done to another human being, and despite that, he continued to do it again and then yet again. And after sentencing, Masterson's attorneys made a statement outside of the courtroom saying that he fully plans to file an appeal on his conviction. Leave your opinion in the comments down below. Do you think justice was served?